Hello everyone. The James when carry me come here now, our sister Blessing. See
children because they've not healed.
Story. The experience when she
There are some men that are damaged, treating his child the way his ex is treating him.
That time,
some of us have damaged the things we love because we've not healed.
she have to forgive.
This is not clouds. This is real. This is my story. And I'm not ashamed to talk about it. We have lost a lot of good things in our life because we refuse to heal. Even our children. You see yourself treating your child. My first son is the carbon copy of my ex-husband. Children, because they've not healed. There are some men that are damaged, treating his child the way his ex is treating him. Some of us have damaged the things we love because we've not healed. This is not clouds. This is real. This is my story. And I'm not ashamed to talk about it. We have lost a lot of good things in our life because we refuse to heal. Even our children. You see yourself treating your child. My first son is the carbon copy of my ex-husband. If I did not heal, I probably would have killed my son by now because he's the replica of his father. For every time, I always tell myself, Tonto, your son is the replica of his father. So you must heal, you must forgive him if you want to love your son. I had to forgive my ex to be able to love my son. I couldn't love my son without forgiving him because he was his father. My first son walks like his father. My first son sits like his father. My first son, sometimes when my first son is looking at me, I'll say, Jesus, you are a carbon copy of your dad. I see my ex-husband every day in my house. I feed my ex-husband. My ex-husband is my son. He's his replicate. And let's talk about gene. He took some little gene of his father. I cannot change the fact that my son is from Edo State. No matter how much I want to hate Edo men. What about gene? What about those inborn traits that our children are going to take? Are you going to hate your kids? That's the reason why you have to heal. You have to forgive. It's not because they did not hurt you, but because you don't want to keep hurting other people. You don't want to be the monster that you hate. If you don't heal, you will be doing to other people what other people did to you. That is the birth of abuse. A lot of people abuse you because they have been abused. A lot of people are doing to you what they know. Some people are wicked to you because all they got was wickedness. They were not born wicked because they did not heal. So they will be replicating the things that they got. That's what is called being damaged. Most of us are damaged. If you don't heal, you will never get love. The problem is not the man. The problem is not the woman. The problem is the fact that you are damaged. You are broken into pieces. And if you do not gather your pieces, you can never find love. I kept on searching for a man to love me. I didn't find. I told you guys there was a time I told myself, Blessing, maybe because you are going for high class men, why not go for the lower class? Maybe because you are looking for a man that is rich. Okay, Blessing, look for a man that is struggling. Look for a man that is just trying to survive. Build with him. I met a guy. He was doing his PhD outside the country. I told him to come to Nigeria. I was going to help him. I was helping him to look for a job. I called all my contacts when I was working with the police and begged them to give him a job. I finally secured a job for him, but he said the job was going to take about 3 months. So I asked him to come down from the US and come and start getting used to Nigeria before the job finally clicked. When this guy came down from the US, he lived in my house. I gave him my car. I fed him. I made sure that he was comfortable because I felt I was the one who brought him from the US to Nigeria. This guy will be driving my car around Abuja. I'll be entering taxi to work. Even after work, sometimes when I call him and tell him, baby, come and pick me, he'll tell me that he's busy. He's hanging out with his friends with my car. I will jump taxi. I will go home. I will cook for him. I wanted to make him comfortable. I wanted to be sure that I wasn't doing something wrong. Guess what? It was still the same thing. Each time this guy tried to scream at me, I will remember my ex. There was a day we were having an argument and this guy raised his hand and wanted to slap me. Before he wanted to slap me, I gave him 2 slaps. And I told him, you will never hit me the way my ex hits me again. No man would dare. When I gave him the 2 slaps, he said, I'm going to deal with you. He locked up the door and started beating me. I ran into the kitchen, I took a bottle, and I told him, I'm going to kill you. I told myself that my ex would be the first and last man to ever touch me in this life. It was when we were fighting, my landlady, because then I was staying in a BQ. There was a boys' quarter in the main house. I was staying, so my landlady heard our fight and came and was hitting the door. That was the reason why I did not kill that guy that day. After then, we broke up. It was after that relationship, I told myself, Blessing, it's time to heal. My ex has moved on with his life. My ex had remarried, said. Just the way Tonto Dike's ex-husband remarried. My ex remarried after 6 months. But guess what? My ex did not change. My ex is still married to his wife for almost 5 years now. And I'm not married. Some people will start saying, Blessing, should be your ex marry another woman and she stay. And you never marry now, why you not stay? When, after getting custody of my son, after 5 years, when I got custody of my son, the first thing my son told me was, Mommy, I said, yes. Do you know that my daddy used to beat my other mommy? I said, eh? He said, yes. There was a day my other mommy was backing my other brother in the back, and my daddy was beating her in the kitchen. My small brother was crying, and my other mommy was crying. When my son told me that story, I went into my room, I knelt down, and I said, God, thank you. I was not the problem. The difference was another woman decided to accept the problem I rejected. Did you hear what I said? I was not the problem. The problem was the fact that another woman accepted the problem I rejected. I left my ex for domestic violence. Another woman married him and she's taking domestic violence. Remember I told you in one of my videos, some people are good with cracking bone, some are good with meat. There are some women that are strong enough to crack bone. It doesn't mean you're not good enough. Just because you want meat, you don't want bone, doesn't mean you're a bad person. No! Just because you want peace and you don't want trouble, doesn't mean you're bad. There's some people that like trouble. They know how to fight trouble. There are some of us that don't like trouble. We just want peace. If we see trouble, we run. That's why some men, when a woman starts her madness, they'll pick up their khaki and walk away. They are not cowards. They don't want drama. And some men, instead of running away, they will stay there, they will beat you. That is where domestic violence, some men will walk away, some men will beat you. There are some people that like bone. There are some people that like meat. Because you like meat and somebody is cracking bone, doesn't mean you are bad. Doesn't mean you... No. We want different things. So my ex has been married for years. Does not mean he's not beating his wife. If his wife sees this video now, she'll probably be smiling. She's collecting beating, the beating I collected. But I collected beating for a period of time. I say, Oga, I go die. I go use my life. I don't want beating again. My ex has been beating me. The beating did not start in the marriage. He was beating me from 15 years to 21 years of my life when I divorced him. So he did not change. He did not change his pattern. But some women will go there and take it. I'm only trying to say, some of you who have left a toxic man or a toxic woman and you feel that the reason why they left you is because... Some men will leave you because you cannot tolerate their bullshit. When you see them with another woman, they will start looking for a woman who can tolerate their bullshit. Some women will leave you because you cannot tolerate their bullshit. They'll be looking for a man who will tolerate it. So it's dependent. Exactly. Let me go back to my story. After that situation between me and that guy that beats me for the second time, but this time he did not beat me, we fought. Because all through the period my ex-husband was beating me, I never fought him back. Never. The very first time I challenged my ex was when the marriage broke. This was the first time I was so happy that a man beat me and I fought him. And I was ready to stab that guy that day. I fought killer. And I was ready to go to jail because I didn't want what my ex did to me to repeat again. The difference is now I'm an adult. When my ex was doing all those things he was doing to me, I was a child. But now I'm grown. I'm a grown 32-year-old woman. You can't beat me up. We go fight. I don't go sit down, you go they beat me. I go carry something, we go fight. You can't beat me at my age and at my level now. My ex was beating me then because I was a small girl. But no man will beat me now. We go fight. Pata, one person go die. If you go kill me, but I go at least give you small blows. I go use my fingernails, scratch your face. So, when I left that relationship, I had to go back to the drawing board. And I told myself, Blessing. I said, yes. It's time to let your ex go. Leave your ex alone. You need to succeed on your own. Then I used to tell myself, if I buy a car, the first place I want to go and drive it is let my ex see that I bought a car. I was living for my ex. I wanted to succeed for my ex. All I wanted to do was prove a point, validation.